Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakudash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders, great millstone, who teach very well, where I learned this truth from, and salutation out there to the hopeful elect, who continue to push this word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And also, Shalom to all the men, women, and children who sincerely believe upon the words of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua. And today, just basically getting on how these different doctrines is actually going to lead into a dead end, man. Because basically, for the lack of better words, the people in this society, the people who love Esau, you know, and who think that he's going to rule forever, who think that he's going to be on top, and you got so comfortable in America, you don't think that it's going to end. Ultimately, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is going to rain on your parade. And what he's going to rain on your parade? Brimstones and missiles, and rightfully so, man. Because again, you going out of the doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. That's you removing yourself from your power, man. You know, you have to realize that, you know, for lack of better words, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua chose Israel to be a power to himself. That's why when you hear the Shema prayer, he's on Shema, Yasha Allah, Yahweh, Allah Hayanawa, Yahweh Kud, man. You know? So the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son is our power. That's what that word Allah Haya mean. Allah Hayanawa mean, man. Our power. So a lot of people, they stray away from our power by leaning into their own understanding. And that's what it is, man. Let's go to Proverbs 3, and I'm going to jump down to verse 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. Because soon as you lean to your own understanding, then you get off track. You get derailed, man. And that's what these doctrines are meant to do. That's why even when you go into 1 Corinthians, I'm going to hold that on deck. Because ultimately, these doctrines is actually set up for you to stray away from your power, man. It's set up for you to stray away from the power of life. And going into Esau, you're going into the power of death, man. Let's get this real quick in 2 Corinthians 4. And I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, but if our gospel be hid, yes, for the people who don't get it, it is hid to them that are lost. And ultimately, you're lost in the sauce of the world of Babylon. Read this again. It says, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the power of this world hath blinded. Yes, Esau have blinded your mind with the doctrine of everybody can be saved, man. Esau have blinded your mind with the doctrine that he's not going to go into slavery. You know, he blinded your mind through fucking black culture, man. But Jake don't see it. They think everything is just fine and dandy. Let's continue on though. It says, in whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, because you don't believe in this truth. You don't believe in Yahushua. Even the people who had the name of Yahushua, they threw it away just so they could try to have some type of vain and fame and glory on this side. Continuing on, it says, least the light of the glorious gospel of a Mashiach, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. Because ultimately, you cleaving unto this word is you cleaving unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, man. That's why you go into Isaiah, the 60th chapter, arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord has risen upon you. You know? Because at the end of the day, with the true words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, it actually going to lead you into the betterment of yourself, man. But these guys, they don't want to better themselves. They want to better the flesh, which is only a temporal band-aid, man. But the thing that we're putting our stock and our time into is going to end up bubbling up into an everlasting life, man. You know? But again, Jake are too busy being tossed to and fro with everywhere in the doctrine, man. Niggas reading the book of Enoch. You know, guys reading the, different books and things like that, and even written about in the scriptures. Isaiah 34th chapter, none shall won't hurt me. This Bible cannot be compared to any other of these books that these people read. But they don't understand that. They don't realize that. They just want to hear something new. That's why when the scriptures say people having itching ears, It's actually true. People, all of a sudden you've been hearing you're an Israelite for damn 10 years straight. But when somebody say you in a new covenant, now all of a sudden you turn heel, man. For the lack of better words, that's gonna cost you your life, man. Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, he's not a power of being in the gray area. He's not a power of basically you do what you do and whenever you get a chance. No, man. The Lord, he's a power of hearing now, man. For the lack of better words, if you with the Lord from the beginning, you're going to be with the end, man. Because ultimately, if you're not with him now, or you with him now and you go away later, you was never with him, man. You was never one of his, man. So let's go ahead and get this real quick. Let's go to this word, because the whole inspiration of the video was that these doctrines are actually going to lead into a dead end. This the word dead end in the Merriam-Webster definition. It says, I'm going to jump down to the first B definition. It says lacking in exit, and that's what it is. These doctrines that these different niggas push forth, it lacking exit, man. When all hell break loose, I ain't gonna go in, but when all hell break loose, I thought you was in a new covenant, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue on. Let's jump down. It says dead end. It says to come to a dead end, to terminate an end of a street without an exit, a position, situation, or course of action that leads to nothing. Because these niggas' doctrine is not going to lead to life. It's going to lead to nothing, man. It's going to lead to you being put to death in the latter days, man. Let's go ahead and see if it's a little more words. I think this is the adjective. That's pretty much it on it. But that's what it is. These different doctrines are going to lead to a dead end. Let's go to Matthew the 7th chapter. Let's see what that dead end is mentioned in the scriptures. This is the book of Matthew 7. Jump it down to verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate. For wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. And that's what it is. Let's start over again. Enter ye in at the straight gate. Once you go into that word straight, it actually goes into a level of difficulty, but it also goes into being strict, man. It's a thin line with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You can't look at the Lord, then turn around and look at Buddha and don't think the Lord ain't gonna notice. You can't look at Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, then turn around and look at JC like the Lord ain't gonna notice. Because at the end of the day, these different doctrines are going to come to an end, and only one doctrine is going to stand the test of time. Because why? It's the doctrine of life. Let's read this again. Enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction. Right there, man. So it's a wide and broad way that's going to lead into destruction. And it's basically that do as thou wilt. Nothing can possibly go wrong. For the lack of better words, no discipline, man. You just winging it, doing shit on the fly. Ultimately, that's going to lead to your death, man. Let's continue on. It says, and many there be which go in direct, because a lot of these people having itching ears. It can be a nigga in a three-piece suit, a badass motivational speaker, and he can have a big following. But at the end of the day, that big following is going to be put to death because they didn't cleave into the doctrine of life. Let's continue on though. First, it says, verse 14, because straight is the gate and narrow is the way which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. Because it's only going to be a few men that's going to hold on to this truth and endure to the end with it. Because this doctrine is basically the protection you need to get to the kingdom of heaven on that first run, man. We're not trying to come back a second time. No, we're trying to be a part of that first resurrection, man. That's what we're fighting for. And again, how the hell are we in the new if the resurrection ain't happening? We ain't getting new bodies and things like that. Which shows you when all hell break loose, everybody gonna know that Ezekiel 33 and 33 is gonna come to pass, man. What does that say? Then shall you know that a prophet have been among you, man. Because again, if you say next year, let's say you say, yeah, next year we in new covenant, this, that, the third, I can't die. And if I get a report, damn, 2 weeks later you dead, then at the end of the day, you was wrong. And it even speaks about that in the book of Jeremiah. I think it's the 28th chapter. When Jeremiah was prophesying against Israel, and it's about they was going into captivity. A nigga stood up and said he broke the yoke. He was being all dramatic. He was using gimmicks. It said, yeah, man, it ain't gonna happen. In 2 years, Israel is gonna be free. The scriptures say that same year, that nigga died. Which shows you that Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai is going to show you and make manifest who he's dealing with through what? Through the words that they're speaking, man. You know? And we can see that the MOTB is on the way, the famine, World War III, all the things that the men here at Great Millstone, starting off with Apostle Hall on down, have been teaching, man. Let's continue on though. It says, beware of false prophets which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raving wolves. And them coming in sheep clothing too is actually them coming as an Israelite. You know? Because them the worst niggas. Because at the end of the day, they're acting like they all cool. But soon as something go wrong, then the nigga turn on. But through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, it was meant to happen. We just pray to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. We stay on the Lord's good side, man. Stay we hold fast into this truth until the end so we can get a crown of life. But as these other people and their doctrines, it's going to lead unto death. Let's get something real quick in the book of Psalms. This is the book of Psalms 1. And I'm going to jump down to verse 4. It says, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff with the wind that driveth away. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor the sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Yes, because you're not going to stand with the righteous because you're speaking something that's contrary unto the righteous, man. Continuing on, for the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, the Lord knoweth the way of the men that he hath chosen, but the way of the wicked shall perish. So the way of the wicked is actually going to be a dead end, man. And that's what these doctrines are going to lead you to. So yeah, I can just a quick little video. I pray it was edifying. I want to say call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim Rakakwadash, Shalom, DTA, and the Bible.